What's going on, y'all? This your boy, LA. Sorry I'm late. I know y'all been wanting this all year. All year, man. We've been so busy doing things. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of work is going on. Along with a whole lot of other business opportunities that's been going on. So my time has been horrible, right? To do the podcast, right? What to do the show. But if you didn't know, again, this your boy LA Styles. You can just call me LA. Those are my initials. I'm not from LA. Those are my initials. Right? Postal Blue is a podcast, an informative and entertaining podcast that goes over things from not necessarily saying from, but involving the United States Postal Service, so USPS, and the NALC, and the craft employees and management employees that get caught in between. Okay, there's me giving my based off my experience, my knowledge, right? These are my personal opinions and my thoughts, which I'm free to have, right? When it comes to the First Amendment, okay? It's a disclaimer, right? I'm not giving any particular person any type of actual advice. I could offline, and it's the times I will, right? But as long as it pertains to the contract and it's in the contract and I'm giving you anything that's contractual, then hey, we don't got no problems. And I tend to always try to give people things that's contractual, right? But we're going to get into that, right? Today we are ending the year out and we hope to have a better and stronger 2026 of shows for you. What's going on with the YouTube? Hold on, let me get over to YouTube. YouTube is wilding. Let me get over to the tube. Let me turn that volume. Let me turn that volume down on there too. What's going on the tube? I don't see anything going on the tube. YouTube. I don't say I'm live. Let's bang. Huh? They say I'm live from what I'm seeing. Am I tripping? Let's do this. So I can double check. No, I'm live. Let me type something. See if that comes through. Okay, it's coming through. So I don't know what's going on. Message was saying that it didn't. Okay. But we in there. Again, welcome to Postal Blue. We're going to go over some things in the Pioneer. We have 3 speakers in the Pioneer. Actually, I think it's maybe 4, just some other information towards the end, but we're going to go over the president, the vice president, and the NBA and OWCP rep. Okay? So we're going to give you that information. For those of you who get the Pioneer and don't read the Pioneer, we're going to give you that information. For those of you who can care less about the Pioneer, we're going to give you that information. And that's because there's a lot of important information. And then, to me, in my personal opinion, there's things that you can learn about the people in your union by reading the Pioneer, if they're outspoken, right? Maybe they don't speak as much at your general meetings. Not to mention we only go to these general meetings. Now, I really don't go to general meetings, but as craft, we go to general meetings once a month. So how often can you really get to know someone that you only meet or see once a month, right? But in this one, there's like I'll say a little bit of a feeling, so you kind of get to know the people. Again, this is branch 2. I'm in NALC branch 2. That's in Milwaukee County. Okay, we are live on YouTube right now, Twitch right now. Comments are live, right? So make sure y'all hit that follow button, okay? 2026, we gonna be wilding. I'm more my personal opinions. I'm gonna be letting it fly off the cuff. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? He wilding right now. Oh, can I? Hold on. But we are live on Twitch right now and YouTube. Comments are live. If you comment on any of it, make sure you hit that follow. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Okay. We're gonna be going in this coming year to give you guys multiple episodes monthly. And we look to actually be on our official road to 1,000 subscribers and 1,000 followers on Twitch and YouTube. We are also live on Sidekick. If you don't know what Sidekick is, it's a streaming platform similar to YouTube, Twitch, but it's built on kind of like in Web3, like a crypto-based kind of sort of platform or whatever the case is. But it's very similar to YouTube. It just has the backing of a crypto project or whatever. So if you like Sidekick, go to sidekick.fans. That's sidekick.fans, and you can catch me over there. All the same name, L Nameless. That's me, right? Based on the project that I'm currently doing now. Okay. Welcome to Postal Blue, y'all. Let's get into it. Okay. Before we get too late. Pardon the noise if you hear anything upstairs. I don't know what's going on up there. Okay. Cool. We cool. Okay. Okay, let's get into it. The Pioneer, you understand? Branch 2. Shout out Branch 2 for at least attempting to be informational. My personal opinion, at times. Can I do it? Yeah, Wednesday, January 28th. You know, this is current. We're reading current. We up to date. We up to date. Those of you who knew people who don't know where Branch 2 is in your district, address right there. That's the Union Hall. You know where to find the Union Hall. All right, you understand? You clip that up, you freeze frame that, you pause it. If you're reading it or watching this by and not live, and get the information. All right. Your union halls for your new carriers, PTFs. I don't know if we still have CCAs currently. We did at a point in time. We kind of had them both for a little bit, whatever the case. Weird stuff was going on. If you need clothes, people donate clothes a lot. People donate oversized clothes they can't return. There's a lot of retirees that donate clothes. So you can always go to your local union hall, wherever you are. Your local union hall, they might have some things for you. Keyword might, because sometimes there do be a lot of people, and sometimes, people come get there before you get there. But you can always check your local union halls. You can always call them too, just to see if they got things. Don't ask them people to look through the things for you and things like that. Just, hey man, do you got a fair amount of clothes, whatever the case is, so and so, cool. I'm on my way. All right, and then get up there and look. Okay. Now they might have the time to look through it for you, and I don't know how much stuff they typically have. I've never been up there to find clothes or anything like that, so I can't tell you that they have like a Goodwill size locker somewhere full of clothes. It might be a couple hampers or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But definitely you can reach out to your local union hall, nationwide, whatever your union that you is, whatever branch that you're with, and contact them, see if they got some, whether it's the winter or whether it's the rainy season in spring, and you looking to get maybe a rain hat or rain jacket, or maybe you in the winter looking to get some Neos. Maybe you're just trying to get some all weather pants. All weather pants is A1, right? I stand by all weather pants and Neos. If I could buy anything with allowance, all weather pants done went up by like 3 times since I originally bought them. All weather pants can get you through fall and winter. Neos can get you through winter. They could get you through spring if you get the water resistant spray and get like 2 or 3 coats on there, where you just spray the whole thing down, especially depending on what type of boot you have. Spray the whole thing down. You let it sit for like 30 minutes or a day or two. You do it again, let it sit, then do it again. They also can get you through the rainy season as well. That's just information that I learned. So those 2 right there, you really won't need anything besides get you a sun hat. They got the visors. Get you the sun visor. It's kind of like brownish tan looking. That's the sun visor. It's kind of like it's made out of straw. Great for the summer. Help you with not getting such a bad tan if you easily get sunburn and things like that. But it helps you keep your face cool, kind of sort of, and get you to breeze, because it has like the kind of holes throughout the hat, because it's made out of straw. And then in the spring, make sure you get the rain hat that looks like the summer hat, but it's plastic and got like the 3 holes. It's all white with the blue strap around it. Get those items. Okay, look for those items. Okay, so we're gonna get started here. First person we're gonna go over is Gabby, the NBA rep and OWCP rep. We're gonna go over hers. Okay. She starts, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. Make sure you bring the new year in safe. Make sure y'all stay safe out there. I can't argue that enough. Man, go home the way you went to work. All 10 fingers, all 10 toes. Be wary. Keep an eye out, keep your head on the swivel. You know what I'm saying? Recognize the symptoms of dehydration. You can get dehydrated in the summer, and you can get dehydrated in the winter. So make sure y'all drinking water. I know a lot of us like our sodas and juices and all that. Make sure, please, that you're drinking water. A lot of times you can feel tired just because you don't have enough water. It might not even be the mail, might not be the number of blocks, might not be a lot of stuff. It's just the fact that you ain't been drinking water. Okay, so drink water, please. You can do whatever else you want to do. Just supplement so much soda and so much juice with some bottles of water throughout the day as well, right? And you'll never get hydrated in a day. Okay, so it don't matter. Say, hey man, I'm feeling dehydrated. I'm feeling drink 2 bottles of water, 3 bottles of water, and I should be good. Don't work like that. Okay, it don't work like that. It's gonna take a good week minimum to really feel hydrated. Once you get to the part where you're just very dehydrated and feeling tired all the time, it's gonna take you a good week of drinking water to get it throughout your system. Okay, so it don't work like that. You need to be drinking water consistently throughout the week. Okay, so Gabby says, I don't have my other light on. Let's bring it over here. Okay. We good? Okay. Gabby says, hope all of you enjoy time with your friends and family during the holiday season. This new year, the Postal Service, and I will be stopping periodically to go over certain parts or elaborating on certain parts or giving my opinion on certain parts if need be. Okay. Right now, we're just putting out the information until we get to one of those parts. This new year, the Postal Service is at a pivotal, pivotal time when it comes to business decisions. Now, at times, my brain is further, this might sound like a pause, further than my mouth. My brain's further than my mouth. That might be a pause. It sounds kind of crazy. Ain't gonna lie. Ain't gonna hold you. It sounds kind of crazy, but catch up. My mind sometimes moves faster than my mouth from when I'm speaking, right? So sometimes I'm looking down somewhere else in a whole nother paragraph. It's kind of how I store information in a whole nother paragraph, but I'm reading this up here, right? So sometimes I kind of get tongue tied a little bit. It's how my brain works or whatever the case is. It's kind of like it's scanning everything while I'm reading a certain part. And sometimes it just kind of get jumbled up a little bit, but that's me. Okay. I am stepping into my 13th year as a mail carrier, so I try to slow down. 3 of those as a CCA. The gloom and doom of mail decline from the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and half of the 2020s can now be seen. This peak season was nothing like the past years. The renting of extra vehicles does not exist. The bringing of overtime volunteers early to deliver parcels. That's like, I believe that's the 69 place she's referring to that we used to do. Come in at 6. Parcels were so heavy, you got people come in at 6, and from 6 to 9, they'll just be delivering packages and then come back and get their route and go out. Overtime volunteers early to deliver parcels even before Thanksgiving week was non-existent, and the volume of holiday cards has dropped significantly this year. So if you're wondering, what does that mean for the city letter carrier craft? Look around the Milwaukee installation. We can see routes being eliminated, routes being created well over 8 hours, carriers retiring due to the excessive amount of stops on these new routes. Once a carrier retires, this does not mean management immediately hires a new carrier to replace the retiree. Management is using the same carriers with low seniority who lost routes to replace them into the vacancies after the routes are residual. USPS headquarters has now taken over the hiring for our area, which tells us that they are zeroing in on the numbers. The city letter carrier craft is being targeted to eliminate costs and sustain the top-heavy organization that we currently have. How many supervisors does it take to get the job done? I guarantee if none showed up, the city letter carriers will get the job done because that's what we do. Now, I want to elaborate on that right quick. I've said this multiple times on the last sentence. I've said this multiple times. If management did not show up, and people going to feel some type of way, they're going to feel some type of way. I don't care. Right? You ain't my craft. You ain't my, I don't really care, to be honest with you. But that's your opinion. And you free to feel how you feel. Okay? But I don't care. If management, right? So your manager, let's say 2, I'll give you even 3 supervisors if you have a middle. More if you got a bigger station because you got multiple in the middle for whatever reason. If you're a manager, 3 supervisors, and your clerks didn't show up, majority of the job will still get done by carriers. I've seen it. I've been a part of it. I've seen it. Carriers could come in. Carriers know how to throw mail. They know how to throw hot case and letters and flats. They know how to throw packages. They know how to set the machine, the pass machine, on whatever date it is, and scan the packages and throw packages. And they know how to go get the clipboard and say, okay, who got the whatever the case? Because majority of the time they know, the senior people know who the other senior people is. If not, we know how to get the paperwork, to be honest. We know how to go to the computer and get the paperwork if we had access to see what the seniority list is. Say, okay, who on the overtime list? You know, so okay, we look like we down this amount of people. Let's look around, see how many people that we don't have. Okay, cool. Well, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be getting four. What you want? Four, PTFs, four, three, whatever the case is. So on, so 9 vials, two. You got restrictions. So one. And you don't get nothing. You don't get nothing. You give up two, whatever the case is. And whatever get done, for the most part, we'll go get it done. And whatever couldn't get done, we couldn't get done that day because we have enough people. Plus, we had to burn time doing all of everybody else's work. The job will still get done by carriers. I don't care if you got a station full of management and no carriers, the work don't get done. You got a station, by done is the job isn't done till mail is in the box and packages on the porch. That's done. Everybody's goal is to assist the carriers with getting the mail to the house. Being honest, it's my personal opinion. Everybody is moving mail to get it to us so we can get it to the customers. Okay? Just being honest. That ain't the for nobody to feel no type of way. You might take it some type of way, but it is what it is. Okay? The job is to get the football into the end zone. Everybody else's job is to assist the quarterback and whoever catches the ball and run the ball to get the ball downfield. That's everyone else's job. No disrespect. I'm not trying to belittle no one, so don't. You can take it some type of way, but you shouldn't take it no type of way. But if you took it some type of way, hey, I've never seen a station full of management get the mail done. I've never seen a station full of clerks get the mail done. I've seen the station with clerks in it, and carriers still help the clerks throw mail and throw packages. I've never seen the clerks deliver mail. We've helped other craft do their jobs. And for the most part, no one helps the carriers do their jobs. I don't know no other craft that say, hey, that station down. Hey, man, let me go there and carry. Now, credit, I seen one person outside their craft go deliver mail who used to be a carrier. But at the time, she was a custodian. And she was a she. And she went and put that work in. Just because she was bored, she seen the station down, say, hey, I can go do, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case is. I ain't got nothing to do right now, whatever the case. Wow, she was out delivering. Respect. Me personally. Big respect. All right. Carriers get the job done. For better or for worse. And people cannot like it. But by the job being done, again, more of the job will get done by us than to get done by anybody else. Postmaster's not going to carry the mail. Your manager, for the most part, not going to carry the mail. Your supervisors can't carry the floor. It's only 2 or 3 of them. So you need your carriers. We hold the key to getting mail delivered. Alienate us if you want to. I'm telling you. It'd be a bad day. Be a bad day. Plenty of people on the desk done caught those bad days. And people don't want to mess with you. But I digress. Let me keep going. Okay. Now more than ever, I encourage every one of you to look around you and stand up for yourself, for your coworkers and your job. Let me be back over here. This job was a very sought after career, and for years the public has held our status as letter carriers in high regard. It pains me to hear that the thefts going on around the city with Menard rebates, cars, packages, etc. I taught Carrier Academy for over 5 years, and I always told them this job is 6 figures with benefits. Not around. Any amount of money you can take from the mail stream is not worth the benefit loss of this career. These bad apples have given the rest of us a fight with customers, assuming we're one of them out on the streets. And some punctuations, kind of, sort of. Because it should be we're, like we are, but it's spelled were. So, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't sound right. I'm catching it as I'm saying it, but I'm already saying it. Carriers are facing violence, disrespect, and hostility from customers because they are putting us all in the same box. Now, elaborate a little bit on that. New people, older people, by older I mean the senior carriers, the middle group of people, in particular, the new people, PTF, if it's still CCAs out there, you should not be taking nothing out the mail string. Don't touch the mail outside of picking it up to put it in that box. Don't touch no packages that ain't yours. And most likely if you deliver mail, it ain't yours unless you have a house you live on your route. Should nobody be taking nothing out the mail streams. I don't know where they came from, why we doing it, whatever the case is, but please do not do that. Postal inspectors will get involved. They will be looking at you over a period of time. You won't even know that they're looking at you. They'll be watching you for weeks, months on end. And then when they finally catch you, just like most of the time in the federal system, they already been watching you and got X amount of evidence on you by the time they come for you. If you are currently doing that, stop immediately. I don't want to know who it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, don't call me, text me, inbox me on no platform saying that you done did nothing. You understand? You understand? You keep that to you, but cease doing that immediately. Right? If you can't finish a route, don't hide mail. Don't take mail home. Don't throw mail away. Mail is supposed to be secured, mean back in your vehicle. Well, it shouldn't have went out your vehicle since you didn't deliver, so it should be in the vehicle already, and driven back to the station, brung out of the vehicle, and moved back in the station for security purposes. Mail and packages. Should nobody be taking mail home that you couldn't deliver? You shouldn't be hiding it that you couldn't deliver it. You shouldn't be throwing it in collection boxes. None of that. If you can't get the mail done, you can't get it done. You send a message, not going to be completed. Depending on what time it is, ask for instructions. Bring it back to the station. Please. Okay? I don't know, what is this? Got a bump? I got a bump on my head, y'all? Y'all didn't say nothing? I don't think that's a bump. Probably cotton from the shirt. I don't know. Let's keep it moving. She got 2 more paragraphs. As a steward, I am obligated to fight for the letter carrier rights within the national agreement, and I want to just clarify that this means that I must defend the contract. Please go on the NALC.org website and start learning the JCAM, National Agreement. Educate yourself and start being more active with your rights. It's not the union taking jobs. It's not the union forcing the overtime on you. It's not the union creating the issues, but rather solving the issues management creates. In 2023, I was given the opportunity to become a steward, and through many challenges, I chose to stand up and take the heat so that most of you don't. At the same time, having an educated workforce makes light work for all of us. Together we can achieve so much more. The union needs its members to take charge and put on their boots. Management, as divisive as they can be, they stick together with the same common goal. I read somewhere that union is a noun, workers standing together for better jobs and stronger communities. In closing, yes, this year is a pivotal year, not just for the Postal Service, but for the union as a whole. It's time to look at the big picture and see what the future will hold if change doesn't happen soon. The injustice to the membership with over 40,000 unresolved Step B grievances should put the national president of this union to shame. Let me state that again. The injustice to the membership with over 40,000 unresolved Step B grievances should put the national president of this union to shame. No national grievances, no interventions, just a whole lot of talking about what we will do but never do. I get it. I'm frustrated for every one of us out here waiting for decisions on issues well over 2 years now. The question now is, what will we do about it? That's a great question. It's a great question, right? What will we do about it? Will you sit back and let the union handle everything, or will you go educate yourself and stand up for what's right along with those of us who choose to fight in the front lines every day for our rights to a fair day's work for a fair day's pay? Okay? That's Gabby. Shout out Gabby. Okay? Next, we have Vice President Travis. Ooh, my back. How long has it been? 30 minutes? God dang, we only got through one? Oh, hold on. We got a comment. We got a comment in there. Let me go. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go to chats. All right, let's go to that chat. What the hell? It ain't gonna let me? Okay, we'll read it from here. We'll read it from here. Okay. Get your MFing mind right. 8029. So most likely that's Mike. Okay, most likely that's Mike. All right. It say Mike said, but they hiring these new trash PTFs. We will get to that, Mike. Majority of the PTFs are trash. Definitely. Ain't gonna lie to you. Majority of them are trash. Shout out Mike. All right. Shout out Mike, y'all. Appreciate you, Mike. We're gonna go to Travis, okay? New Year reflection. That's for Travis, the Vice President of Branch 2. It's a lot. Hold on. I ain't expect to do no hour. God dang. Okay. The new year is always a time for reflection and resolutions. In 2025, we achieved a number of goals as a union and fell short of several others. Additionally, 2026 is already presenting its own unique problems. This year, we have made significant progress in advancing some of our best stewards into deeper levels of leadership. Critically, our army of formal A representatives continues to grow. The strategy of slowly testing stewards with cases they are more comfortable with, providing feedback, and then expanding the horizons has borne some serious fruit. We no longer have to panic when we get the morning mail and have a dozen or more cases come in. We can process it exactly on time, and that's a great thing. In the new year, we have plans to give formal A opportunities to even more of our newer shop stewards who, in a very short period of time, have shown tremendous potential. Beyond grievance handling, our newer executive board members have shown impressive ambition and leadership. The trustless, in particular, there's a name. I don't want to jack up their name. Maybe it's Amenia. Okay, I'm not sure. Last name start with a Y. I don't want to butcher it. Okay. Then there's Junior. There's Henry. And Henry have taken their roles very seriously and have been addressing important tasks of the trustees which had been neglected or passed off to others. Many of our executive board members took specialized training this year to advance their skills in the roles that they serve in. I see several of our former A reps and younger executive board members staying late after the meetings, mentoring, and newer stewards and activists. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. This is all fantastic. Fantastic. It has been my primary goal to see to it that there are many members who could easily step into the role of president or vice president. I am feeling very proud of the team, and I feel confident that there are now several people who could receive a little bit of on-the-job training and then seamlessly step into my role. One area where I hope to have seen more progress is the engagement and empowerment of the rank and file. There are many stations where it is obvious that carriers still fear their management teams. There are a stunning number of carriers who seem to be afraid to be seen talking to us when we do station visits. Our stewards continue to complain that getting statements from people is like pulling teeth. That is fact. This is limiting our effectiveness, and there is no reason for it. Be union proud. Once your probationary period is up, what is there to fear? Now, side note to that, right? Let me add to that. There is a no retaliation. I don't know if it's considered a clause, rule, policy, whatever the case is. So if something goes on and a statement should be given to correct someone's behavior, right? Then that statement should be given. Now, we can't tell you what to do, and I'm not trying to tell you what to do. Just to know that based on what he said, some people might feel scared or feel like management bullied them or put them in certain positions to feel like they can't come forward maybe without some type of recourse. There is a policy, rule, whatever you want to call it, clause for no retaliation. So if you put that information out there, you put your name on a statement, you just wrote what you see, you turn anything to you. There's zero retaliation. Okay? Even if they attempt to, that it'll almost be their job. That's what the clause or whatever is for. Like, I don't know to the extreme of what would happen to them, but that's what it's supposed to be, something to that effect. Some serious consequences. Let's just say it like that. Some serious consequences for trying to retaliate. Okay? Just to put that out there. And if you are one of those people that feel some type of way, or that feel like you're being bullied, or that you're scared or whatever to step up or say something or whatever, talk to your union, right? Ask them about this clause, policy, rule, whatever it is, right? I haven't thought about it in a long time. I just know it's there, but it's been a long time. Ask them about the zero retaliation clause, no retaliation. Ask them about it, right? If that gives you a better peace of mind for standing up or stepping up to do what you feel like you need to do. Okay? New challenges are on the horizon. As you all know, our office assistant, Lang, is returning to his route. Lang has been a tremendous help, but the finances, something I will dig into later. Now, this is what he's saying. Require drastic measures to be taken. Losing Lang will limit my capacity to take on the same volume of caseloads that I had been. The phone rings off the hook, and administrative processing of grievances, while not challenging, is time consuming. We managed before without a secretary, and we did so with half the amount of former A reps. While it will be a challenge, it will not be a crisis. If we do not answer your call, I beg you to leave a message. Moving forward, finances are going to be a major concern. I am writing this article before the new year, but based on the data from Q1 to Q3, we are on the track to have taken a roughly $90,000, taken in roughly $90,000 less in 2025 than in 2024. One major factor is that in this is the route eliminations. While our membership percentage has risen, our total membership has declined. While our membership percentage has risen, our total membership has declined. There just aren't as many of us, and judging by all of the unassigned regulars in the city, we may in fact be overstaffed in many stations. So this is a problem that I expect to get worse. USPS is running with a blitzkrieg strategy of saving the postal service by burning it down. Route adjustments are coming again in the spring. The dues increase cannot be relied on with prices on everything else rising. Hard choices lie ahead. Will the membership accept moderate austerity now to avoid crisis later, or do we walk off the cliff into the abyss? I trust the membership to rise to the occasion on most things, not on this though. Okay, that was Vice President Travis in Branch 2. Okay. That was Travis in Branch 2, Vice President. Shout out to the Giving Tree. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. Shout out. Shout out. Shout out. If you haven't supported, you know what I'm saying, or you didn't support it, whatever the case is, typically most unions, if not all unions, at the very least, NALC, from what I know, maybe Nationwide does this to help, like it's like a Toys for Tots type of deal. You understand? So make sure you check that out. Now we on to the President Rob. His now I don't want to show people pictures and stuff like that. Y'all got your own whatchamacallit. Maybe I should have did this going the other way. But I knew I was gonna probably do more talking on Rob's. That's why I did his last. But Gabby's like Happy New Year, and then Travis says New Year reflections, and then you get to Rob and it says Masters of Self Destruction. So I feel kind of like it's gonna be sad. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like like a self destruction button was hit once I got to the end. Like, dang, is this? It's a bad little twist, man. Okay, but that's what he'll say. But this is the president of Branch 2, Rob. It's no shock. Let me check my audio. Okay. Let me see that mic ain't too close or whatever the case is. Shout out y'all though. Look, I don't know what's going on. I got a different microphone, right, that I want to use. Right. This is the near stream, the AM, is it the AMX 25? Right, this is a new joint for this year. So this is what I wanted to be using along with the new audio interface by Nearstream as well. This thing is huge. Pause if necessary. But I couldn't get it working for some reason. I think it might be the microphone, but I'm not sure. So hopefully I figure that out by the next episode. But I'm still using my Comica VM30. Okay. So and I do have my headsets right here, but they're not needed. Let's go. You know what? I didn't even check to make sure the audio coming through this whole time. Mike? Mic check. Mic check. Okay. Okay. I don't know why people Is it? Hold on. Mic check. Okay, I see that. Oh, what? Yep. And let me turn that down. Okay. Okay. God dang it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold up. Yep. 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 Nah, we good. Okay. Okay. Oh, hold on. Okay. I don't know what's going on over there, but we good. We good. I don't know who keep trying to call me, but they bogus. Okay, let's finish this out. Okay. We was on Masters of Self-Destruction by President Rod, Branch 2. Okay. It's no shock to anyone involved with the United States Postal Service that we're in the red. Everyone has their own opinions on the matter, but let's get real. We are supposed to be a service. Service all caps, he wrote. Or it's typed, however you want to cut it. Sure, self-sustainability is the goal, but we just keep digging ourselves deeper into a financial hole year after year. I wish I could see a way out of this mess, but with how things are run, it's hard to even imagine things turning around anytime soon. Step into the workroom for just 5 minutes. Well, hold on. Let me in that paragraph, the first one, right? I wish I could see a way out of this mess, but with how things are run, it's hard to imagine things turning around anytime soon. Us being in the red, right, is what he was talking about coming off that. Listen, post office don't sell enough stuff. Okay, for the most part, they've been trying to sell the same things with just postage since probably the beginning. Okay, you know what's one thing that's a fact? Craft, okay, craft don't create services or product to sell. Okay, craft does not create product or services to sell. You know whose job that is? Management, who's watched the decline of mail for over how many years, how many decades. Management also has a department, right? I don't know what the department's called, but it's the territory representatives. Okay, is what their job titles is called. Territory representatives. You know what their job is? Their job is to create services and to go get business. That's what their jobs are. They have a department for that. You know how many new products we've created in the past 2 decades? For sale? You look it up. Go find out how many new products we've created. We just can't keep selling stamps. Management knew that back in the 1990s. We just can't keep selling stamps. Even going into the 2000s, it was what it was. I'm just saying, everybody knew that you can't keep selling the exact same thing without expanding your business model. No job can. No job can. Okay? Post office was able to do that for a couple hundred years almost. Maybe 150 years. Okay? Something like that. Now, you can't. Okay? So why are you not creating products for sale? Why are you not creating services for sale? Informed delivery, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be mistaken because I am human, is a free service that people can sign up for free. Informed delivery. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, or I'm assuming the post office has to pay someone to oversee or to watch that software or that program on their computer at some point in time. That just created more work for someone or some group of people for a service we don't get paid for. Okay? Sampling requests. I don't know if we get paid for sampling requests. I highly doubt it. Right? I highly doubt it. But we could. And I could not know because I'm human. And that's more work going down the pipeline that managers got to be aware of in their station, that supervisors have to be aware of in their station, right? They got to print out reports and do this, that, and the other, and then Carrie's the one that got to do it on the back end. How much money is that generating? In counter to how much money does it cost? You get what I'm saying? It's like we're creating services that create us more work, but for no extra money for the post office as a whole. So why would I create a free service when I'm already in the red or going into the red? Why would I create myself more work to do when I already can't sell the product or enough of the products that I have? Why would I create a free product? In business, that don't make sense. Okay, the only time that type of idea makes sense is if no one's coming to your bakery and you want to make some cupcakes and stand in front of your store and with this batch of free product to bring in, but you don't keep giving away. You don't keep giving away the cupcakes just year round. Y'all just giving out the free services year round. You creating free services just to, I don't know what we doing. And again, I could be wrong that we do get paid. I ain't never heard of it. I've been on both sides of the desk, and I ain't heard of us never getting paid from sample requests or informed delivery. Me personally. Along with other things, but I just want to add that to his first paragraph about us being in the red, which is the post office. Post office in the red because it's not making enough money for the amount of money it spends to run, right? So an example, it might cost us $80 billion a year to run, but we might make 75 billion. Or was it million? I can't remember. I can't remember right now. Right, but let's say million. It might cost us 80 million a year to run, but this year we made 75 million, so we lost 5 million. But and we want to break even. We want to be in the green. Green is making more than the expense it costs to run, but at least break even because we are nonprofit nonetheless. It don't help either that management has a very bad spending habit on they're not gonna spend the money on what they should spend the money like water for your station, like hand warmers, foot warmers, things like that. You know what I'm saying? They is gonna spend it on another vehicle contract, right? While they also have 2 or 3 other vehicle contracts that hasn't been fulfilled yet. They'll do stuff like that, right? They'll do stuff like that all the time. Oh, just if I didn't state, management is in charge of the spending. Okay. We didn't make that clear as well. Step into the workroom floor for just 5 minutes, and you'll quickly realize that even the most naive employee would be baffled by how things are run. It seems most of the so-called management operations happen from some distant office where comfort and detachment reign supreme. Then some ghost from labor relations keeps conducting training sessions on how to sidestep the contract, specifically Article 8. Now let's look up something. I want to look up 2 things. Okay? Because I want us to be informed. Right? I want to give you the information so you can think in its entirety, not to be biased. We all biased in a way, but when you point a finger, I want you to know why you're pointing a finger towards specific people or a person or a thing or an organization or a branch or a section or whatever the case is. Okay, not just always on feelings or us assuming. Okay. Okay. So what I wanted clarity on, or what I wish I could get clarity on, is when he says a ghost from labor relations. When he say labor relations, what I want to know, is that from the National Relations Labor Board? Like is that from them? That's what I want to know. Are you talking about someone from the national national board, or is it just someone in a general HR position in like human resources? Okay, that's what I want to know. Okay. NALC, we're going to generalize it for a little bit. Article 8 of the USPS NALC National Agreement governs hours of work, overtime, and work assignments for letter carriers. Covers the overtime list, the work assignment list, work hour limits, the penalty overtime protections, your joint Q&A, things like that. But it goes deeper because there's like different type of sections or whatever also in that. But that's general, right? So according to this, there's someone in the labor relations conducting training sessions on how to sidestep the contract, specifically Article 8. So I'm assuming this person is conducting these training sessions with management, which I'm confused to a degree. And that's why I ain't gonna say I need to, but I need to. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it like that. Need to know, is this person with HR or is this with the National Relations Labor Board? Because if it's with the National Relations Labor Board, then I feel like there's a conflict of interest if they're doing that. Right now, unless you're doing that with both sides. But that's just me. I would need to hold some type of conversation about that with that. It's infuriating that there's a relentless refusal to address grievances, which ends up costing 5 times the. Now, for those of you outside the post office and Big Brother post office, listen to this. It's infuriating that there's a relentless refusal to address grievances, which ends up costing 5 times the original amount, or likely even more than if they had just dealt with the issues properly. right? The postal service appears to have a reckless belief that the craft employees are overpaid and drowning in benefits. But don't worry, they've got a brilliant plan to slash costs right at the expense of those very same employees who do the hard work. So, if grievances aren't paid in a timely manner, right, they can get a non-compliance. If it's a monetary value type of grievance, they can get a non-compliance. And in the non-compliance, the cost of that grievance goes up. And when it's not paid again, it goes up. And when it's not paid again, it goes up. So therefore, when they do get ready to pay it, it's at a tremendous higher price because you never paid it on time. It's almost like interest. Okay? The post office can't sustain paying that, right, in interest. Post office can't really sustain paying the grievances. But when you have management who continues to mismanage, is what the floor calls it, it's what Crafts calls it. Some people on the desk don't like the term, but mismanagement, meaning with the tools given to you, instead of you going by the rules to get the job done, your idea is to take the scenic route and try to get around the rules to get the job done. That's only supposed to be used in extreme circumstances, but management do it on a daily basis, which is where the term mismanagement comes from, right? You're not even if you sign a contract, you come to the table to negotiate, y'all have the do's and don'ts. You got some on your side, I got some on my side. We shake on it, we walk away. Then you tell me that I got to go by the rules, but then tell me you're going to go around the rules, which really means you just going to break the rules, right? Now, I gave you the ability to break the rules. I co-signed on that as option D, but that means you have to go through A, B, and C first. Management, for the most part, doesn't seem to be going through A, B, and C before they get to D. And D still means even if you get there, that there's most likely a grievance for it. Might not be monetary, might be monetary depending on what it is, right? But instead, most management, it seems like most management is just going straight to option D, which is to violate the contract. And then that creates grievances that the post office can't keep sustaining on paying, but you're putting people in those seats that's causing those grievances, and then you're getting mad that you have to pay those grievances. See how that works? Right? They give you a contract to go by. I don't know what's so hard than just to go by the contract that you sat down and negotiated with. Right? I've said this on the cam multiple times. I've never, me personally, but I haven't worked in every business or every job available in the world, I've never seen two sides for two individuals come to an agreement on a contract for any reason, and then one side breaks that contract multiple times a day on a daily basis, and then we still say that contract is valid. I've never seen a contract in the business world be violated that often, that much when in reckless regard, and then still say that contract is valid. The contract shouldn't be valid. If the people that I agree with don't even go by it, then what's the, you know what I'm saying? Like, the contract supposed to be held up in high regard. Any business contract is held up in high regard. Okay? If someone just blatantly peeing all over the contract every day, then what's the regard for the contract? How valuable is that contract if the other person don't even go by it? It makes no sense from a legal sense, me personally. But management will argue for it all day, but whatever. Branch 2 has been vocal about the ongoing timekeeping theft, right, and other clock ring alterations, quote unquote alterations, exposing the underlying strategy, route adjustments. They're gutting offices and eliminating routes throughout the country. What's happening in Wisconsin seems driven by someone in charge who's more interested in a new headquarters position than preserving any kind of service we have left. There was one manager in Milwaukee who agreed to a settlement with the union to make adjustments internally, instead of having a team come in, lie, and take out an unrealistic number of routes. They allegedly, so it's his opinion, from whatever information that he's gathered, it's his opinion. They allegedly issued this manager a 14-day suspension for prioritizing the well-being of the office. that will now set the tone moving forward. Last year, the West Milwaukee office lost 10 routes during the joint route adjustment process. I was on a Zoom call last week with the MCOs, postmaster, and an individual responsible for reconfiguring routes. Now, that I want to go into more detail about. I will finish this first, but I wish I knew if is he talking about. I mean, I can assume, right? I can assume. We all can assume. I can assume he's talking about our MCSOs for Milwaukee County, MCSOs, and postmaster. I can assume that, but I wish he said the names. I was on a Zoom call last week with the MCSOs, postmaster, and an individual responsible for reconfiguring routes. He made it clear that they plan to strip another 15 routes from West Milwaukee. We all had choice words for him as he sat back with a smug smirk on his face. I wish they said this individual name too. I'm assuming it's not a secret conversation or a secret meeting. It's just a meeting between y'all. Okay? I wish we had these people's names. We all had choice words for him as he sat back with a smug smirk on his face. He told me, here's what the president is saying that the dude said to him, whoever the dude is. He told me that it's time that carriers get used to having over 1,000 deliveries on walking routes. Additionally, he mentioned that management seems to be reallocating time into various unauthorized operations. This issue is exactly what we've been warning our members about. Management has been directing carriers to punch to meeting time 632, punch to parcel post delivery 733, or punch to training time 782. And unfortunately, too many people are complying without reporting it. They're exploiting this to justify the hours they steal from carriers. Right? He will have to elaborate more onto what he mean in the last few sentences. Right? I can go into what I think, but we already at an hour. You know what I'm saying? We already an hour. For the most part, I really wish he said the names. Now, if he's talking about our MCSOs, then he's talking about Dave and Jeff. Right? He's talking about Dave and Jeff. If he's talking about our postmaster, he's talking about Georgianne. Right. Okay? Now, mind you, the postmaster, I believe the others as well, but the postmaster, you know, the USPS has a website. If you type in USPS postmasters, it'll take you to an official U.S. website where you can put in a city or state or the county, but you can put in the city, and it will tell you who the postmaster is in that city. And it's the official USPS website. So that's public information, right? That's public information. So you know. And now if you go to Milwaukee, right, it's public information, and you go to the postmaster, search postmaster in Milwaukee, right? So anybody, you got a computer, phone right now, you can whip that out, pause if necessary. Please, pause if necessary. If I don't catch myself, pause that for me if necessary. You understand? Put it in the chat for me. Appreciate it. USPS, postmaster, in the search box, hit Milwaukee. And what it's going to do is it's going to go to the earliest date, and then you got to go through the tabs to get to the current date. So I think our first postmaster was like 1835. And they got that in there. And I think if you go to tab 3, part 3, right, so you got to go over our last postmaster, what it says OIC next to her name says Georgianne Wright. That's public information. Anybody can search that up. You don't have to be logged in, even in to a website or logged in to the postal site to get that information. That's public information. Okay, public information. So people feel like I'm outing them or telling secrets. It's public information. You understand? What I don't like is people who throw rocks and try to hide their hand. If you feel some type of way and you want to make whatever changes and it don't work, you stand on your 10, right? I mean, you stand 10 toes down that you did it. What I don't like is management doing a lot of weird things, right? And then on the forefront, carriers really take the brunt because Most customers don't see the truck drivers. Customers don't see most of the clerks in the facility, right? Besides the ones that's in the retail units. Most customers don't see the mail handlers downtown. They don't see the supervisors majority of the time, or the managers forefront, or your CSIMs, OICs, or your district man. They don't see none of those people that's actually making these decisions on their own with no type of actual reasonable accommodation for how the job actually is, right? They just want to do what they want to do, which is fine. That's your position. But then you should stand on your 10. So then when something don't work right and my customer wants to know, I should be able to tell my customer to contact you, or to send a letter to you, or to talk to their state representative coming up, or their mayors, governors, whoever the case is, and say, hey, what's up with this person that's over the mail system? They keep doing this, keep doing that, whatever the case is. I reached out, they keep ignoring me. People lying, the mail system ain't running right, or whatever the case is. Instead, they throw stones at how they hand, right? They do things, and when things don't work on the street, the customer just assumed to talk to me about it, like I did it, but I ain't got no control over it, right? I got no control over that my route is 9.5 hours long now. Right. And when I feel like stop doing 8, I'm telling you, we'll stop going over 8. I'm gonna stop going over 8. I'm gonna tell you. Right. I'm not. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna have my documentation, but I'm not gonna go over 8. And you can have an hour and a half back, and whatever else I would have helped you with if we get there. Hopefully you don't get there. My knee feeling all right now. This, that, and other, so and so. But it would be a lot of long days. But I digress. I wish we had the names. Again, our MCSOs, if you're in the Milwaukee area, Milwaukee County, okay, is Dave and Jeff. Our postmaster is Georgianne Wright. Okay. Our previous postmaster is also on there. Right before her name says Wanda Prater. Wanda Prater is now the district manager, which I believe the district manager is over Wisconsin, or is it just over Milwaukee County? That I don't know, but I think it's over Wisconsin, whatever the case is. Both of their names is on there, though. That's public information. Okay? Public information. And if you want to know who your postmaster is in your area too, again, Google, whatever your case is, not a shameless plug, USPS, postmasters, and it should take you to the website, and then you put in your city, and then it'll show it to you, right? You gotta go. It's gonna show it to you by dates, at the earliest date down to the lowest date, and you might have to go scroll through to get to the current date. Okay. It's simply unacceptable that after already cutting 10 routes, they are now considering taking away another 15 just a year later. This kind of approach is simply unsustainable. Unfortunately, this is part of our broader strategy nationwide. This is part of a broader strategy nationwide. They figured out that by drastically reducing routes, carriers who are nearing retirement will likely leave. Following that, they plan to treat every route as if it takes 8 hours to finish, pushing carriers to work at a breakneck pace, which won't happen. Especially given that the new PTF, or most of the new PTFs are trash. So you're gonna be paying hella money to get mail done, and or sit on the floor. Ultimately, this could lead to even more carriers quitting, leaving behind a younger workforce that comes with lower costs and benefits. This isn't about improving service, it's about pursuing arbitrary and unrealistic metrics. Meanwhile, those at 475, is it La or El Infant Plaza, SW Southwest, 475 El Infant Plaza. Let me see if I can get that. Where we go? Hold on. Where we go? Ooh, right there. Right there. See that right there? Right there. Washington, D.C. Okay. 475 L Infant Plaza Southwest, Washington, D.C. continue to reward themselves with hefty bonuses, completely divorced from the reality we face on the ground. So I'll give you information about that, right? So grievances, last time I checked, right? It's all based on my experience, my personal knowledge, right? My experience, personal knowledge, help me conclude to my own opinions, right? So from what I knew and or know, that grievances also comes out of your station's budget, right? Along with anything else that the station buys for the station in particular and things like that. So I don't know what all goes into a station's budget or a district's budget, but grievances is one, right? So when everything runs smoothly, right? That's how the system was. When everything runs smoothly and an object was to get everything running smooth and you know what I'm saying, we're a machine around here. Management would get bonuses, right? What's happening now is management is pretending that everything is running smoothly. This is how you get mail on the floor. This is why they don't want to pay overtime. This is why they don't want to pay the grievances. This is why they don't want to buy your station, probably putting off buying water. This is why your station lying, or my opinion, disclaimers, my opinion. This is why your station is probably lying that they can't buy you hand warmers right now, toe warmers right now, or that they coming and then you never see them, right? They not buying it probably because they close to their budget and they want to stay under their budget. So they probably trying to wait it off until whenever the budget close, and then they do it. You tend to see that in counties or cities or whatever districts that has hella grievances, because the grievances also, from my belief, from my understanding, also comes out of the budget, right? So there'd be a time that they paying grievances and then they stop because they probably too close to their budget and they looking to get these bonuses, right? Which in my personal opinion is stealing, because you're getting bonuses from the company under false pretenses, right? You get bonuses because you're moving well, because the stations are running well, your district is running well, then you get these bonuses, right? But if you're trash, but then you're hiding it, right? You're hiding it under these numbers, then you're getting the bonus money, and then you double back to go pay the grievances or whatever the case, that then push you back over budget from when you should have actually paid it. It's like you stole money. Like you stole money. It'd be like, it's no different than let's say I'm supposed to, if I get all A's on my report card, my mom gives me a bonus. Right? Gives me a bonus. If I get all A's. But instead, when I got my report card, I had somebody switch it, these C's and B's to A's. I got the bonus, but none of that's gonna change the fact that when she does come to parent teacher conference, then my teacher's gonna tell her what my actual grade is. But she gave me like a $500 bonus, and I spent that on some shoes and some video games. So she gave me that money just to find out I didn't actually earn the money. You get what I'm saying? I didn't actually earn the money. So a lot of these grievances, they're holding off paying because they keep trying to force the issue of getting the bonuses, because they can't run the post office the way they supposed to be running it to get bonuses. You following me? So it's all based on my personal opinion. Okay? My personal knowledge, work experience, on and off the desk. Overhearing conversations, being part of other conversations behind the scenes and stuff like that. Behind the scenes, as in me being a carrier. I still know a lot of people in the post office. I know a lot of people in the post office, right? From multiple stations, people in HR, downtown. I know some people everywhere around the post office, to be honest with you. A lot of people call me for information still. So management might feel some type of way, but hey, people love me, man. I don't know what to tell you. All right, it's gonna be hard to move around this joint. Just do what you're supposed to do, man. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Just don't come my way. You come my way. I mean, I do care, but I don't care. But I do care. But I don't care. But stay away from me. Stay out of my way. Right? Where was we at? It's disheartening because those that are in charge locally, so locally I'm assuming he means in the stations in your district, locally do not agree with it at all, but they have no spine to do the right thing. That's also super fact. Super fact of the day. Super fact. I wish I could pin that. Supervisors do not put EEOs, which they should be EEOs, not grievances. They should be EEOs. Supervisors do not put EEOs on managers to correct managers' behavior. And managers and supervisors do not put EEOs on their CSIMs or postmasters to correct their behavior. So a lot of y'all is like under the wing. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these people pulled you up, or some of these people pulled you up, gave you these opportunities, and now you under the wing. It's hard for you to stand up and say something to someone that handed you that opportunity. You understand? They put you in that position and probably holding that over your head. So you feel some type of way just to say something to them that they doing whatever. They talking to you crazy, talking to you other people crazy. You probably ain't gonna say nothing because they gonna always let you know, hey man, you wouldn't even be there if it wasn't for me. And a lot of y'all soft like that, right? A lot of you supervisors soft like that. And some of you managers, half or if not more of the managers, are soft like that. Y'all not gonna put no paperwork on nobody. You'll try to put paperwork on craft, but then you don't put paperwork on the manager that talk to you crazy. You don't put paperwork on the CSIM or the OIC that talk to you crazy, / postmaster that talk to you crazy. And then you continue to get talked to crazy, and then you want to run off on a detail. Then you want to talk about getting another job or a different job. Just do what you're supposed to do and put paperwork on these people, man. Damn. They got a system there for a reason. Soft, man. Anywho, I digress. We guarantee you that after they destroy, there should be that. It says destroy each office. They destroy each office. Management will cry about it, definitely, but then continue to attempt to force pivots, definitely, and hold each carrier to 8 hours daily, which ain't gonna happen. Listen, my route right now, bro, listen, I have to have so little mail. When I say little, I mean like a tray. I gotta have a tray. I also have a certified heavy route too. So I can have, 60, 70, 80 some packages, but then I can also have 10, 15, 20 certifieds as well. My route after the adjustment takes about 9 hours minimum. If I have to have a tray. Because if I have a tray of mail, maybe a tray and a quarter, I'm pretty sure I don't have certifieds. Maybe one, but I really don't have certifieds. Like that. Once I get back to 2 trays, it's not going to take me 8 hours. It's going to take me about 8.5 because I have about 38 blocks and it's like 4 blocks I don't count. So it's really 42 blocks, but 4 blocks I don't count because like a business on it or something like that. But I got like 38 blocks and I haven't been crossing grass in years due to multiple injuries and rolling my ankle in holes and rabbit holes in the grass and all type of stuff. So I don't cut grass no more. They know that. So it takes me about 9 hours easily. Outside of that one tray, I can get about 8 on that one tray. Outside of that, it's gonna take about 9.5 hours to do that route. And I'm not trying to run no mail no more. I don't run mail no more. Haven't ran mail in years. So if you give it to me, it is what it is. But when I used to not do it, it didn't get done. So I started doing it at first when it got adjusted just to see how long it take and then how I can get it. Can I get it to 8? And I couldn't get it to 8. But I got to know because it was spring leading into summer. I got to know some of the people on my audition. Then when I couldn't do it, they wanted me to have an 8-hour day. Then I started giving it up. But then on that part, which is not the best part on my route, people come looking for me. Like, hey man, what's going on, mail man? Hey man, I didn't get the mail in today, yesterday, whatever the case is. I'm like, man, I see what's going on. Coming to find out, they didn't have nobody do my mail, so my mail wasn't getting done. Right? Every time I was giving it up, I said, hey man, y'all got these people coming to look for me, looking for mail, and this ain't the best area. No disrespect. I'm not gonna say the area, but this not the best area to have people coming from looking for you, and they looking for me, because now they recognize me as a mailman. Now, when they call you, the station be saying, oh no, it's going out today. It's on the street with a carrier, right? You don't tell them what carrier, which you shouldn't. But now they thinking me, right? Because I just saw him. He said he ain't got it. But when I just called the station said it's with the mailman. I only know him as my mailman. So now you assume, or they assume that I'm the one that's lying. When really it's you that's lying. because the mail ain't out on the street. It ain't going out on the street. And people looking for me, right? So that can put your carrier in a precarious position, right? So then what happened was I got on work assignment. After that, I got on work assignment, and then I just been doing the extra mail since to get it done. Because it don't take me 8 hours. I'm gonna have to go over 8 hours to do it. But I digress. Let's keep it going and get through this, and then we out of here. All right, and we inside the last paragraph, then we out of here. Oh, hour 25. I said it's supposed to be short. Okay. Is disheartening, but we leave it off at. We guarantee that after they destroy each office, management will cry about it, but then continue to attempt to force pivots and hold each carrier to 8 hours daily. The regional office may send someone in to do a big training again, but I do not have a date just yet. Every office will receive notification. We will continue to ask all carriers to do your job to the best of your ability. Facts. It takes you what it takes you. Facts. There is no need to be scared of your supervisors. Also, calling in during the week of inspections will not help you. As a matter of fact, it will make it worse for you. Give us the data we need to file these grievances and allow us to have a fighting chance. Meaning, when they come into your station, they're going to walk your station. Instead of calling in, right? Come to work. Walk the route the way it's supposed to be walked, right? If it's over, let them see that it's over. Also allow the union to get those numbers as well for them to do whatever they need to do with those numbers is what I'm getting from that. Okay. Below is the route adjust schedule for branch 2. So it's Juno and Fred John last week of January doing a 271G. West Milwaukee January 31st to February 13th. South Milwaukee, March 21st to March 27th. West Bend in April. Mid-City in April. And Tuckaway in May. Now, if I'm not mistaken, most of these are these readjustments, because Juno was adjusted already. Fred John was adjusted already. West Milwaukee was adjusted already. So those readjustments. South Milwaukee and West Bend, I don't know what those are. Somebody, one of the truck drivers told me it's an AO station, possibly. You know, I know truck drivers too. You know what I'm saying? It's my cousins down there. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all hiding packages, there's truckloads of packages, they gonna tell me. You understand? South Milwaukee and West Bend, I don't know what those are as far as regular stations in our district, but I was told they probably AO stations. Mid-City, I thought Mid-City was walked already and adjusted. So is that a readjustment? And then Tuckaway, I'm assuming it's their first time being walked, so I don't remember them being walked, but they could have, and maybe I just missed it. Outside of that, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that. Leave y'all comments in the comment section below. PTFs generally, just don't go for every last one of y'all, but for the most part, are trash nowadays. I ain't gonna hold you. Last 2 years, really the last year and some change. I don't know what we've been getting into. I tell them, me personally, I tell them about themselves. But that's just me though. I'm built a little bit different. Outside of that though, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure to hit that follow button, man. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And we on to the next episode, which I hope to be Sunday. I hope to be live Sunday. I think we're gonna do lives. I think we're gonna do lives on Sundays. Right? I think we're gonna do lives on Sundays. And then maybe we're going to play some games. Maybe we're going to play some games live through the week. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. Maybe we're going to go live on Sundays, get some Postal Blue episodes on Sundays, and then play some video games through the week so we can get through the week. That's what I'm thinking about we going to do, okay? By we, I mean if you in the post office, hey man, what games y'all play? Listen, we not playing no Call of Duty. I play Battlefield, We ain't playing no Call of Duty over here, but we definitely could play some co-op or multiplayer games over here. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're in the post office, we gonna support everybody. You know what I'm saying? So get on to it. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure to stay safe, be safe. New Year's coming, so definitely be safe when the New Year's coming. And I hope everybody have a smooth, or bring in the New Year very smooth, on the low, under the radar. And be safe, man. Don't get played out there.